Okay, baseball started.
Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have been
Shoutouts to 15-second head start. Okay, so I guess since they started, we can probably talk about the category now. So 70 star is developer intended any percents, where you get where the game wants you to get 70 of the stars, and then you go up to Bowser in the Sky to fight Bowser. Some restrictions include no no backwards long jumps or MIPS clip, since those are major game-breaking tricks. Okay, baseball got Lakitu skip.
If you don't skip that, Lakitu talks to you about stuff that's not really that important about the camera thing.
Yeah, we know how to use the camera, so we don't need to know how to use it over and over again. And then here is bomb clip. Oh, missed it. Okay, it looks like they're fixing baseball's stream here. They paused baseball stream. Okay, Pete got Lakitu skip as well. Okay, both runners are on a good run so far. So you want to talk about bomb clip?
So bomb clip, what we do is we use the bomb to clip to the fence where the star is. Otherwise, as intended, we're supposed to ground pound the pole 3 times, and the chomp actually runs into it and opens the gate. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to grab the bomb, release the bomb, catch it again, and then clip into the fence.
Oh no! He clipped out. He clipped out of the cage. Yeah, the back of the cage is not solid, so you can walk out of there. Which was what happened there. So, Pizza's now going to the slide. This saves 1 second over saving it after Womps. Looks like baseball is having trouble with bomb clip. Oh man.
Looks like he's throwing the bomb too early. There he goes.
There he goes. Okay. Well, there's still a lot more of the game left.
That's gonna set him back.
Yeah, he's already a star behind. Beat Miss Owless. So if you do a precise triple jump and a wall kick, then you can get that star without using the owl. It saves only a few seconds over using the owl. And it looks like Pete is going straight to Womps instead of doing the slide.
Yeah, Owless saves about 6 seconds.
Pete missed Cannonless.
There's actually 3 different setups for Cannonless. Pete decided to go with the safer one.
Oh yeah, isn't there a riskier method for Cannonless now?
There's well, it was called texture skip, which is basically you don't do the back, you just go onto the pole, find the spot, and then go off. And there's also OG, which is basically just RNG.
Yeah, so basically what Pete's trying to do here is he's trying to get the perfect angle to get that star, and he gets it this time. This saves having to use the cannon, so you blast that wall for the star to appear.
The reason we can do that is because the hitbox for the star is actually partially outside the wall, so we can get that little bit of the star that's outside the wall.
Ooh, it looked like Pete almost dove off of the railing there. It looked scary. Now we have 100 coins. Both runners are now going for 100 coins. 100 coins are really hard to do fast because you have to find the right route and the right movement to get all the coins fast. Thankfully, in this category, we only get like 3 or 4, depending on the route that you take. But usually in a 120 star run, they're really hard to do.
It's like baseball's having some trouble with the moving platform.
He's going for a different route for 100 coins.
Pete is now finished doing 100 coins. One thing that, if you noticed at kind of like the beginning of it, of the Pete's route, he does this jump that's right by the star that one of the stars he already got, as evidenced by it's not yellow anymore, and it's you can very easily accidentally get that star on your way to doing the point star, and that loses its time.
Yeah, if you didn't miss cannonless, you would usually save that. Star for later in case that you accidentally grab that star.
Mm-hmm. I've done that in the past when I wasn't supposed to, and that. No.
So we save these first 2 stars for Womps last because the tower spawns on the 2nd star, and the tower lags on the N64.
Basically everything lags on N64.
Yeah, there's too many polygons on the screen. The N64 cannot handle it. Oh, so close. Yeah, if you're fast enough, you can get that triple jump in and it saves a good number of. It saves a little bit of time over the other strat. Baseball is going for the Owl Star. So this is the safer way of getting the Owl Star, other than Owless. Looks like Pete missed those bottom red coins. Not a big deal. So we're gonna see a tech skip here. If you hit the switch and then get the star before you land on the ground, then you he barely missed it. Dang. If you grab if you grab the star before you hit the ground, then you skip the text box. Pete barely missed it, but that's not a big deal. Baseball is going for the cannon star without using cannonless.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone in this tournament do that star the intended way before.
Yeah, that's what some people. That's what some people used to do back before the set. Back before there was a consistent setup. Because canonless used to be really hard back then. I guess Pete didn't really. Or not Pete. I guess baseball hasn't yet gotten consistent with the setup at all, or I don't know.
Pete is now in the first of 3 Bowser levels called Bowser in the Dark World, where he's collecting the red coin. And there's Secret Star. You see a lot of resets in various categories this level because the movement is really hard to do precisely.
Yeah, Dark World is really hard to do fast. Okay, nice Bowser throw. Bowser throws can be really hard sometimes. Some days you can get really consistent with them, and some days you kind of lose it. One really cool thing you can do with when the key is spawning on the Japanese version is you can go into first-person view and look at a different direction, and Mario just looks at a different direction when you grab the key, and it looks really funny. So you want to talk about the different routes you can do with Ball on Battlefield?
Well, there's this as far as like this trick. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, this and the other strat that you would otherwise see top runners do.
So what he did was called jump. So he go on that ledge, slide off and do a triple jump off the cannon where one of the cannons are, and then fly to the star. Versus the top runners, what they do is they'll actually go up on the mountain where King Bomb is, not actually somewhere right there, and then do a wall jump, triple jump off of it to the island in the sky. But also, you can also do that same thing with the wing cap as a backup for a sky jump if you fail it.
Yeah, and the trick that top runners go for that star, it saves having to revisit Ball on Battlefield second time. So that's a total of 6 seconds, but it's a very risky strat to do in a race, and that was very unfortunate for baseball.
Yeah, there's various cycles that runners have for Dark World, if you want to go into that.
It looks like emulator game feed on baseball. 'Cause I don't see a lot of shadows.
Looks like Pete is going for
He is not going for safety
17.
red. Oh, 17. Oh, okay. So I'm not exactly familiar with this route, so you want to talk about that?
So basically, what CCM 17 versus CCM 18 is, you do 100 coin with the first slide versus the second slide, which is the penguin race. And what they would do is they replace that star with usually TTC 100 or SSL Secrets or Toxic Maze and HMC or THI Red. So basically what happens is there's 5 stars that you can choose from, and you have to pick 2 of them, meaning the Penguin, Sly, and CCM, THI Reds, Toxic Maze and C, TGC 100, and SSL Secrets, and you have to pick 2 of those.
So baseball got a nice Bowser throw. So both runners so far are 1 for 1 on Bowser throws, which is good, which is what we like to see in races. So yeah, CCM17 is a safer route for races because if you mess up the 100 coins during the Penguin race, then you lose a significant amount of time. Because if you miss any coins, well, if you miss too many coins in the slide during the Penguin race, then you have to get coins outside of the race and then reset the race, which is really bad. If you're doing it with the regular slide, then you don't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. The stage that Pete is in is called Big Boo's Hunt. It's not really any crazy strats or anything as far as, you know, the difficulties or whatever. But one thing that's interesting is that it's the only stage where you have to defeat an enemy to get into the level.
Yeah, it's really annoying, especially in 120 star where you have to do that all 6 times.
And you can actually get hurt if you buy that.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's a rough star to do fast.
It looks like baseball is having some trouble doing the fast wall kick will work strat. Basically, you're back flipping, and then you're going to wall kick dive, and then do a couple more roll out dives into the star.
Oh, a ground pound. Okay, Pete is going for pillowless. This is a very complicated glitch to do. Do you know how to explain that?
Basically, what we're doing is similar to the trick that we did in Bomb Battlefield.
Oh my goodness.
Where we grab the bomb, release the bomb, and grab it again. And now what he did was he used some ground pounds to get past the little hills, and then instead of going on the 4 pillars, clip into that using the same thing that we clip into the fence.
Okay, there he goes. He gets it this time.
It's very interesting that baseball is continuing to go harder strats instead of going for a backup after he fails it a couple times.
This is a really hard star for Pete. And he gets it.
It's one of my favorite stars to do.
Oh no, bonked on the wall. Okay, he has 1 more life to work with. Otherwise, then... Wait, has he saved? I didn't see if he saved or not.
I don't know if he saved or not. Saving actually saves time over the course of the run.
He doesn't have to worry about that because he's on Wii U. Well, actually, His PB is on Wii U VC, but it doesn't look like he's on VC on this game feed. But anyway, yeah, not saving does save time due to lag frames. If you save, there's a small bit of lag. And I believe, and if you don't save for every 3 stars, that's a full second. And that especially adds up over the course of the whole run, because that's like, what, 23 seconds or whatever?
Probably like, yeah, 20 to 20-ish. Because you got to consider the 100 coin stars too. So you're probably saving about 65 time, roughly.
Yeah, it's also risky at the same time, because if you like don't press it down enough times, or you're doing it, or whatever happens, then you could accidentally save and quit, and that would suck depending on where you are in castle. Also, we just missed Pete doing Lava Boost, which is a really cool strat, but really hard to do. The save's having to climb the whole volcano. And then this Lava Boost right here skips right in the first elevator, because you're supposed to use the first elevator on the other side of the volcano to get onto the second elevator. Alright, looks like baseball has a lot of coins, so he has to make sure he misses... I don't know how many coins it is for 34. But if he gets too many, then he has to do a backwards kick back up, which is a lot of time loss. He has to avoid all these coins here. Oh, that's a little bit too many.
I think he got one too many.
Yeah.
So if you have 101, you can still long jump to the start, but if you have one on speed.
Okay, baseball is playing on keyboard, according to somebody in chat.
That might be a reason why he didn't go for cannon.
I remember back in the day before
I
remember back in the day when I first got this game, before I got the game on VC, I played on emulator and it was a nightmare. I didn't have a controller back then.
Mm-hmm.
Aiming with the cannon was impossible.
It is possible to do cannon with keyboard.
Yeah, I'm sure anything's possible, well, except for walking. But it's just, movement's really hard, because you can only move in 8 directions, as opposed to, like, all the directions that you would have when if you're playing on analog.
So the difference is it's harder to control your speed on keyboard.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you go for cannon, you'll fall off the plank when you're trying to ledge grab.
Hazy Maze Cave is really glitchy. There's no ceilings, and then that long jump that Pete did, I don't know how precise it is, but there's a certain spot where they can just long jump through, and you'll just end up exactly where he is. In a 120 star run, there is a really difficult backwards long jump that you can do, but it is insanely hard.
looks like Pete's going for box jump so he can triple jump off top of the box.
Having a little bit of trouble. Okay, he gets it.
Considerable lead for Pete here.
Yeah, he has got a pretty comfortable lead, but there's still a lot more of the game left. There's still a ton of hard tricks that he has to go through. And also, nice MIPS catch for baseball. Both runners got MIPS. Did not have too much trouble with MIPS. MIPS is actually faster in the Japanese version, so it makes him a little bit harder. But even so, it's not that much different. He's struggling here. Okay. Oh, he did not get it. So he's going for a backup here. So this skips having to use the middle cap to get this star. So baseball is not doing pillarless, which is okay. Uh-oh. Oh, can he save this? Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so close.
That was a good try, but looks like he just fell short of the save.
Coming up is a really hard start for Beats. So let's see if he gets this. And he does.
Punch twist is really hard.
Yeah. I wonder how many people lose runs to that, Kappa. Alright, so now Pete is going to die to our docks. In a 120 star run, this would be the hardest level to do well. But thankfully we don't do that many stars here. So it's not really that bad. There is a lag reduction strat where you reduce lag here because this place lags a lot. There's a vortex and a submarine, so you want to try to keep those off screen as much as possible. Yeah, and water levels are very laggy in this game.
Yeah, good thing we skip most people's favorite level, JRB. Kappa.
I like JRB. It's a fun stage. In Mario 64 DS's version of 70 star, which is 80 star, you actually do JRB, or at least the route that what the route is for 80 star. You do JRB. You only get a few stars though.
Are you familiar with 4DS at all?
Yeah, I've ran it a couple times.
That was actually my first speed game.
Why is 70 star a category? It's because that's the developer intended. That's how many stars the developers want you to beat the game. There's also other arbitrary star count categories as well, but those aren't really as important as 120 or 70.
So 70 star, the final, like, there's a door to get to the final Bowser stage, and there's an endless staircase, and the endless staircase doesn't end until you get 70 stars.
Yeah, this is basically what any percent used to be back then until people started breaking this game apart by finding BLJs, Nips Clip, and then now any percent's down to 0 stars. So now Pete is going to Fire Sea. Fire Sea, there's an elevator that he has to make if he plays fast enough. It saves a lot of time if he gets it. But it's really hard to do. I feel like this is easier to do than Dark World. You don't die as easily. There's lava that can save you instead of
The
pits.
hardest thing is probably getting boost Ellie's.
Yeah, so he didn't make it, so he has to wait for this red coin. You know, as a kid, I actually did not know that this was an elevator. I don't know why. I never, like, noticed it moving. Alright, that wasn't bad. Aside from all things considered, that was not very bad at all. Another minor time save that you see both these runners do is they ground pound right underneath the star, because you don't officially get the star until you hit the ground. So by ground pounding, you land on the ground faster. So it's a few frames for every star, so that definitely adds up over the course of the run.
So basically,
well, go on.
Is you have like one input after like star
man.
spawns or during the star spawn, so you can actually get to the star before it hit the ground.
Baseball died twice in the volcano. If you die in the volcano, you spawn in the volcano, so it's not too bad. Some levels where you go into a different part of the level they give you checkpoints. Otherwise, if you die like anywhere in any other level, then you just start from the very beginning. And depending on where you die, it can be a big time loss.
Another example of that would be the pyramid in SSL.
Or even the slide in Tall Tall Mountain. So now we're seeing the 100 coins for Wet Dry World. This is a safe star to pair 100 coins with if you were to do a 120 run. Usually, like most people who learn 120 would pair the 100 coins with this star, which is not a bad choice at all, because it's only like a 12-second difference if done properly. So
one thing about Wet Dry World is, depending on where you enter the painting, the water level is different. So you enter the bottom of the painting, there'll be like no water. If you enter at the top, it'll be completely flooded, and enter in the middle, it'll be.
yeah, it took me a while to figure that out when I started speedrunning this game, because I used to think it was random.
How are little kids supposed to figure that out? Really?
I think there's a toad that mentions it somewhere, but I don't know. As a kid, I never talked to any of the toads before, so I never really knew all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to Toad either.
Yeah. Except for the ones that are actually important.
Yeah. So if you didn't talk to the Toads, how would you even know that exists?
I mean, I always thought that this game was very straightforward.
It's straightforward, but it's also
Yeah, there's still many mysteries that these games hold.
for the longest time there was a mystery of, oh, is Luigi unlockable?
Oh yeah, those. The good old days. Another thing I never knew as a kid is there was is that teleporter right there on the bottom that takes you right on the top here, right here. So doing this star casually was a pain in the butt for me. Those arrow lifts were not fun to navigate through.
Oh yeah, if you do that, that's such a pain.
Okay, both
Nice
runners
top of
did
the
not.
world.
Both runners did not get Christmas Miracle. Well, there's technically a 121st star, that big star that Bowser gives you when you beat him. Even though that doesn't count towards your star count. So every single person that I've talked to about Mario 64 hates Tiny Huge Island for whatever reason. I personally like it because I like the unique concept of going from to the tiny island to the huge island and vice versa. I always thought that was really unique. So it's definitely my favorite level in the game. But it's really painful to do in a speed run. But thankfully in this category it's fast.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting about speedruns is like your favorite level casually could be your least favorite this speedrun, or vice versa.
I mean, I don't hate Tiny Huge Island. It's just that at times it can be really hard. Well, what would be your favorite course in the whole game?
Casually or to with speedrunning?
You can say both.
Casually, that's pretty tough. I liked Womp's Fortress, but as far as like the kind of harder levels, I actually really like TTM and TTC casually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are two really cool levels. Well, I never really liked Tall Tall Mountain at all, but TikTok Clock is definitely really cool.
Deep getting the second of 3 toads.
Yep. Now he's going to Tall Tall Mountain, and it is really fast. You will not be here for very long, and that's specifically because of this glitch right here. You want to talk about how that works?
So basically, the water goes out of bounds in a sense. So we can clip through the mountain out of bounds where the water is, and then use the water to swim up to another higher part of the mountain and save a bunch of time so you don't have to actually traverse the entire mountain.
Yeah, and you see that done for a lot of the stars here, as you can see. Also, you want to be careful when you're going through Tall Tall Mountain because there are a lot of invisible walls. This game has invisible walls placed in very random locations. And if you play this game enough times, you would usually know where they are. But even then, there are still some invisible walls that some of us haven't seen before.
Invisible walls are one of the worst things in this game.
Yeah, half the time we can't really do much about them if we get hit by them. Nice box jump for Pete. I do this like safer method where I go up to the log and I long jump from the log and I land on that mushroom. It can be risky because there is an invisible wall on top of the mushroom. Nice breezeless.
That's a very hard trick to do. That usually only top runners go for it.
Yeah, because otherwise you would either have to go through the slide to get that star, or you can go to the back of the stage, use the wind to blow you up on the top, and then jump into that hole where the star is. Ooh, this looks good for baseball. He still has to wait for this red coin, but he doesn't have to wait as long to get up here. Okay. Alright, so now Pete's in Snowman's Land. I hate this level with a passion. So this strat that Pete did skips having to use the penguin to get across this ice bridge that, well, there's an ice bridge to get across, and you have to use the giant penguin that's walking on that bridge to protect yourself from being blown off by the snowman. What Pete just did, you skip doing all of that because crossing the ice bridge takes so much time, and it sucks because sometimes the penguin won't cooperate with you, and that the snowman will blow you off, and when you get blown off from the bridge, you lose your hat, and you have to try to get your hat back again. Or you could try doing the rest of the run without your hat. And when you lose your hat in this game, you lose 1 defense point, which in some cases is not fun.
The other thing that can happen when you lose your hat is after you collect the star, Mario will do a extra animation like, "Oh no, where's my hat?"
Oh really? I don't think I've ever known that.
Because he goes to put his hat on and his hat's there.
Right, yeah. As you can see right there, he enters the level and leaves, or he re-enters Fire Sea and leaves the level, and that makes it so that he's closer to the upstairs door. So it saves some bit of time. I like the strat here with the ice bully, the chill bully.
Yeah, I really like that star. I also like the triple jump into the blue.
Would you think the igloo star would be fast if Vanish Cap was gotten at some point?
No, not igloo. I meant the ice thing. I thought of the wrong thing.
Well, I know what you said, but I'm asking you if the igloo star would be fast if if we had the Vanish Cap.
I don't know. I mean, it would be fast. The other thing that I've done before in a 120 star run, where I've had to go into the igloo, is using the cannon to get the snowman's head start.
Oh yeah, that is a good strat. Yeah. Though I doubt that's faster than doing what top runners would otherwise do.
Because at the time I didn't know the wall jumps for snowman.
Yeah.
And that's actually the strat that you do in 64 DS.
Yeah. Because you can't really do that at all because the movement for DS is different. That was one of the hard things for me to get used to when I started picking that up. So Rainbow Ride casually is really long because you have to ride a bunch of carpets to get to everywhere that you need to go. To get to all the places that you need to go. And so by doing any trick, it already saves a lot of time because you don't have to ride the carpet to get to these places. That was a very nice trick of triangles, Pete.
If you had to do Rainbow Ride as intended, it'd probably be twice as long.
Yeah. In the DS route for 80 star, you actually get a lot of the stars here in Rainbow Ride because there are strats that make a lot of the stars really fast. Especially since every character has like their own like abilities that make the stars fast. Like the infamous carpet list that everyone seems to rumor about is actually the most free thing to do in DS. So now we're in TikTok Clock, which is everyone's favorite level to watch in a speedrun. There's a lot of fast movement. It's really hard, and it's really satisfying if done correctly. Especially TikTok Clock 100 coins.
Yeah, seeing a top runner do TTC.
Seeing a top runner do TTC what?
Very satisfying.
Yeah. This is a very nice triple jump right there in the beginning, using those moving bars. It's really precise to do. All right, so he is now going for TTC 100. So now we're gonna see. We're gonna see how fast this is. I don't really know how to explain all of this because it goes by so quickly. He also has to be careful though, because there are a ton of invisible walls in TikTok Clock. But I'm sure he knows where all of them are, so it's not a problem to him. I believe the rule is that if you can't do TikTok Clock 100 coins in 70 seconds, then you cannot. Then it's not faster. Nice job. So yeah, some stars are faster with moving platforms, and some stars are faster without moving platforms. Some runners opt for moving platform. Some opt for like no moving platforms for every single star, which is safe to do. Because it's really hard to do the stars fast if you don't know the moving cycles at all.
There is no mercy rule in this tournament.
Yeah, this tournament's open up to all skill levels. Anybody's welcome to join. So props to some of the either newer runners or runners who have a large time gap between their opponents for giving the tournament a try. I'm one of those people who isn't necessarily the best at this game, but I gave it a shot. Pete's getting the Toad Star last. That's it. That's really interesting. Alright, so now Pete's going to Bowser in the Sky. And unlike the previous two levels, he does not have to get the red coin, so all he has to do is head up to Bowser and then finish the game.
We already have 70 stars, so we don't need to get any more stars.
Yeah. And Bowser can be hard sometimes. At least this one, the last throw especially. And so far, all these runners are 2 for 2 on throws, so let's see. Let's see if we can keep up with the 0 misses.
I wonder if baseball runs Mario Super Sluggers.
Okay, that's 1 throw. Oh, we got hit. Not a problem. Okay, that's 2. It's like watching a world record run. 1, 2. Oh. I promise you that is not the commentator's curse when I said that let's hope for 0 misses. Ooh, that was very close. Bowser was on the very edge of the platform and he still managed to grab him. But there we go. Okay, 53:31 for Pete. Very good time for a marathon. Meanwhile, Pete is just finishing up Tall Mountain. He still has, I think, 1 more star left. Yep, 1 more star.
Congrats on the win, Pete.
Yep. This means he still has... Oh, he's done with all of his races. So we can relax for a while before the single elimination process begins.
No, yeah, I believe he will be moving on to the bracket stage.
I'm gonna turn the lights on in this room, it's really dark. Baseball didn't exactly get the slide, but it's still good. I will have to say, even though baseball, like he goes for all these hard strats, and even though he doesn't get them, I still believe that's very impressive that he still goes for them anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting that he goes for them and gets.
Hello?
Hello.
Did I get my interview? Hello? Is anyone there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
What's up, boys?
What's up? I believe that is okay. So, how did you feel about that run?
I was alright. So I was practicing a lot before. I had hopes of getting a 51 or a 52 because my PB is a low 51, so I thought I could get another 51. But I started screwing up right at the start, and I was getting pretty salty. And then I started playing pretty consistent, and I messed up a lot in a couple stages, but overall I had a pretty good run. Yeah, I can't really be upset about it.
Yeah, I can definitely. And your PB, like you recently PB'd 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
it definitely shows that you have been putting in work to doing the best you can at this tournament.
Yeah, I usually when I come back to I usually take big breaks from this game, and when I come back I usually go ham and I PB by big amounts, and I stop again. But yeah, after that PB I was just doing 120 star, and except for this race, and like 120 star really helped 70 star.
Yeah, because even though it's a different category, like you're still doing 70 of those stars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had a
There's very
pretty
few.
solid run.
There's very few strats that are only used in 70 star.
Yeah, there's lava boost, and then there's like SL reds on its own, TTM reds on its own, stuff like that. Like CCM 100 with the slide star. It's pretty small stuff, and doesn't really take a lot of practice to get decent at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was it was definitely better than the other two races I did. I think one race I got like a 59, and the other race I got like a 55 or something.
How did you feel about the 59 time?
I was on like 52 pace, but I had like a 9-minute bits because I was trying to go ham and just kept dying and restarting.
Oh man.
I had a pretty good chance of winning regardless. I could have like went to P or something and still won. No offense to my opponent. Great guy. But still. That was just the truth, man.
Would you like to address some of your haters that say that you cheated on this race?
Who said that?
Some people in the chat.
How can I cheat a 53, man? That time is 6 minutes off the world record. It's and plus, like, how? I mean, I'm gonna reset my console right now and show that it was me doing the run. I just reset my console. I don't know. I don't listen to people that don't play the game in chat. Just sit there and make people mad. So, fine. Yeah, so where's the other guy
There you go,
at?
Chad.
Baseball?
Right from
He is
right
in
ground.
TikTok clock. He is doing that before Rainbow Ride, actually.
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, he has 60 stars right now.
Yeah.
I actually have to go right now, so
Oh, okay. See you
we
later.
can continue the commentary and everything.
Yeah, I could be
All right.
around for a little longer.
It was definitely a good time on both. Congrats to both of the runners for doing a good job in their races.
Thank you, man.
So you've been in previous 70-star tournaments before. So what made you join this one in particular?
I like the idea that we kind of teamed up with Speed Gaming to get this streamed, and also in the previous competitions we did, they were just starting out with brackets, and you can only do maybe 2 races total, depending on how far you would advance. Because we had a winners bracket and a losers bracket, and that's it. But this time we had groups, so everyone was guaranteed at least like 3 races, unless you were in a group of 3 where you only did 2. So it's cool that like everyone gets to be restreamed and you get to do at least 3 races.
Yeah, one of the things I like about joining these tournaments is you get a chance of like hang out with the community and even meet some people that you probably never knew ran SM64 or any other like speed game that of the tournament that you're in.
Yeah, when I saw the group and the people in each group, I usually knew them from other games that they played, and it's cool to see them like join SM64 and then like get into it. Like there's a lot of new people getting in the SM64 from other games, so it's nice to see the game grow. And it's already like a huge game right now. And there's like over almost like 2,000 players on speedrun.com or something. I forget.
I don't know, but it's definitely a really popular speed game.
Yeah, man, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's objectively the best speed game. No question.
I don't know. OT is kind of out there as well.
I mean, it's number 2 on speedrun.com.
Yeah, but it's also the most raced on SRL.
Is it? Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think it's because of the bingos. Like the OT bingos
sense.
are really popular.
Yeah, we don't really race much in SM64 because everyone quits when they can't PB. So I'm guilty of that. And nobody really does bingo in SM64. SM64 bingo gets a lot of hate.
I like it.
Yeah, it's fun. I used to do like blackout bingo and lockout bingo like a year or 2 ago. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we used to do the past few years. We've been doing weekly races, and it lasts for a week, and we stop. I mean, we're just bad at like keeping stuff going, I guess. Like the one tournament race, we made it all the way to the final 2, and we didn't finish that. That was like a year and a half ago.
I was in that tournament before.
And then we did another 70 tournament. I don't think that one finished either.
No, I don't think so.
But we do fantasy leagues like a few times a year. But I think we stopped doing those because they get pretty boring. Because everyone's getting so good at the game.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to with the amount of like tricks that there are in this game. It's kind of hard to like have that mindset of not resetting if things go wrong. It's really easy for things to go wrong in this game. And
Yeah,
the fact that
true.
you're like in a race where you can't reset, it's just hard to keep that mindset.
Yeah, this game is like 90% movement. And you want to be able to get good movement and then like nail all the strats too. Strats, I wouldn't say 90%. I'd say like maybe 70%. It's a big percent though. And you need to have that and be able to do the strats consistently. A lot of people starting out think in order to get a good time in this game, you need to like do all the fast strats. But movement, you need to be able to do good movement. Like there's in 16 star, there's a example run for beginners made by Blue Bob, and he gets I think a mid 17-minute time with beginner strats but good movement. So movement is really a big part of it. Yeah, bingo and SM64 is just like objective. You get like 5 stars in one course, all the coins in this course. You got a lot of. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, and then it's always different every time as well, because you
Yeah,
have a different card and everyone's doing
hard
different things.
people don't like is like picking the right row and routing it too. That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's what I like about doing like bingos or even like other games where they have randomizers.
Yeah, I don't know anything about those. Where's the other guy at? Where's baseball?
He is now on Rainbow Ride.
How many stars?
He 66. He died doing the triple jump in the beginning of the stage.
Triple jumps too hard.
Yeah. So do you run other speed games other than SM64, or at least plan to?
I do Mario Kart 64 time trials like once a year. I'm not really into other games. I like watching other games, but not really interested in playing them. It's really easy to practice SM64 compared to other games, I think. At least it was until like OT got a practice ROM. But OT is too long and glitchy of a speed game for me to learn, so I'm not going to learn that. But, I mean, not going to hate on anyone else who does.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like once you found a speed game that's like your main game,
Yeah.
and like you've been running it for so long, it's like hard to learn other game. It's hard to get out to branch out to other games. Like I remember, like I came from the Link to the Past community, and like back when I used to run Link to the Past, I didn't like put in as much effort to other speed games that I ran that I started learning. I would run the other speed games for a few times, but then constantly come back to Link to the Past because I just had more interest back then.
Like in order to get really good at a speed game, you got to dedicate all of the time you can to that one game. Like I think it's really silly for people to always stream different speed games all the time, and they're pretty mediocre at every single one. I mean, like Cheese, he put a lot of time in Mario, got good at that, and then he put a lot of time in OT and was good at that too. Same with Desnick. He got really good at Mario, and then he got really good at OT as well. So, OT and oh man, I pissed him. I'm sorry. I mean, I want to say that it's really something bad if you don't take speedrunning seriously. Like, I guess if you just do it for fun, it's fine. But if you want to get good at speed games, and you got to focus on one at a time.
There are some speedrunners who are really good at every speed game that they run, even if it's like a lot of games.
Yeah, I guess the definition of really good would vary from person to person.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on what each community thinks is like a notable time. Like in SM64, a notable time for like 120 star is I think would be like sub Siglemic, I guess, or maybe sub 145. I don't know.
Cutting Siglemic's time is like the dream goal for like a lot of runners of this game.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's goal when they do 120. They want to bop Siglemic. So he was like the god back in the day.
Yeah. Shouts to Legendary.
And then like 70 star notable time is like a low 49 or a 48. I don't know. I'm not close to either of those times, so I really don't have much to say.
Do you have a particular goal that you aim for this game?
No, I think setting goals are a complete jinx. And like when you set a goal, you really want to be able to, you want to be motivated to get it. and it's really hard for me to be motivated to achieve something in this game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like I'm the type of person like I can get a really good run in this game, and then if I lose it, I just lose all my motivation for a while. And like when I get a big PB, I quit for a long time too. Like my 120 star PB is 1 hour 50 minutes and 16 seconds. When I got that, I stopped playing until like October, or at least the category I stopped doing until October.
Baseball's having trouble with carpetless.
Carpetless.
Yeah, not lack 2 bounce, but like the other strat.
Why'd you call it carpetless?
Because you don't ride the carpet to get up to the cruiser.
Good one. Yeah, some Sega 120 star. I find it kind of weird that people think of that as like a legit goal. It's like a beginner wanting to pop Dragorn when they first start out. See, was kind of a notable player 12 or 11 years ago.
All right, baseball's now going up the sky.
Let's go. What's his timer at?
His time is at 1:10:50.
All right, this is the 113 or 112.
I believe in it. I remember the first tournament that I joined, which was like, I don't know, 2 years ago. I like the Get Yourself Speedrunning tournament. The first race that I did, I PB'd by 4 minutes with a 108.
Oh damn,
something
nice.
I forget. And at that time, I thought that I was never gonna get anywhere better than that because it was deathless with all the strats that I did
In this game,
at
right?
the time. Yeah, in this game.
Okay.
I
think we raced before in a tournament.
Yeah, we raced on the last tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was a bracket one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the group stages. And then that should be done more. I don't know if it's done in other tournaments that speed gaming does.
The only problem is that they take a little bit longer than the other tournaments.
Yeah, like groups. The group is supposed to take a month, and not everyone has done all of them yet.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's see. No missed throws here for baseball.
Oh,
he did a good job. I jinxed it. It's all right. This is going to be his only missed throw, I promise. Okay, that's one throw.
And Colin, oh, he got it?
Nope. Aw. Sky throws can be a pain. Okay, that's 2. Come on, he just needs to get one more. Is that it? Oh.
Oh. Commentator's curse.
Man. I even said earlier when you were at Sky, like I said, I believe in no missed throws, and then you missed that one throw.
Yeah, I was on pace to get a gold, and then I choked it because my gold doesn't do the triple jump wall kick.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. 113.37.
I think that's a PB.
That is not a PB for him.
Oh.
Yeah, his PB is a 103.12 on Wii U Virtual Console.
Never mind.
Yeah, he spent a minute and a half doing bomb clip, and then there's also a few other things that he messed up on, but he went for a lot of hard strats, and I still believe it's really impressive that he goes for them, even if he doesn't succeed in them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is this match. I'm not sure if baseball is coming in here to talk about his run or not.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. Okay, apparently this person in chat lists Dexic. He's really dyslexic. Alright, let's... Oh, baseball's here.
Okay, looks like baseball here. Baseball, you want to talk about real quick how you felt about the run, because really soon, A Link to the Past daily race is gonna come.
Well, I don't know. I mean, well, there were a lot of like stupid deaths, but yeah, as you said before, I was going for like a lot of hard strats. So yeah, I mean like strats that like I know that I could do because like I practice, but it overall it was for a race it's like not too bad, but like definitely could have.
Yeah, you did a good job. Good job on your race.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, as I said already, it's really impressive that you still go for these hard strats, even if you haven't succeeded in them.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's what practice
really
is
cool.
for, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry for cutting this short, but really soon, A Link to the Past randomizer daily race is gonna come. So everyone stay tuned for that. A Link to the Past randomizer is really fun to watch. So please don't miss that. And with that, I guess that's it for us.
All right.
So
it was fun racing. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah, and thank you, Galactic Yoshi, for commenting with me. And well done for both Pete and Baseball for doing a good job in both races, or in their races.
Thanks. All right, see you later.
See ya.
GG.